This video is to demonstrate how you can go ahead and customize a end of unit assessment. So first we're going to log into Clever and then tap on the McGraw-Hill icon. Once there, we're going to open up our StudySync classroom. And then next, we're going to begin to customize an assessment. So I'm going to go up to the top where it says Assess in the ribbon. And then I'm going to filter to find the type of assessment that I want to do. So here are our different types of assessments. So I want an end of unit assessment. So I'm going to scroll through until I find the one that I want. Okay, I can also select the type of grade so I can filter down. So here we have advanced, advanced high, beginning, intermediate. So I would want to take a look to see which of these assessments I'm going to give my students. So I'm going to start here with the beginning end of unit assessment. As you can see, this is for EL. If you continue to scroll down, you'll get the regular one. So here's end of unit 6. So this is actually the one that I want. End of unit 6, grade 6, unit 1. I'm going to go ahead and tap here. And then I'm going to choose here in the orange actions button that I'm going to clone the assessment. That means that I'm making a copy of it, because I want to go ahead and customize the assessment that I'm giving the students. Okay, so here is the clone. Now I'm going to work off of this assessment. And I'm going to go ahead and go through each of the steps and choose what I want to discard. So here's a description of the assessment for the students. I might want to leave that. I might want to add some additional information. Then I'm going to go to details. And I can add instructions here if I need to. Then I can choose whether or not I want something to happen after the students submit. I typically choose nothing. I don't want them to receive any action until I've gone in, looked over their assessment grade, and have given rubric scores for any of the writing pieces. So I usually will choose nothing. Then I'm going to go down to question. And here is where I'm going to customize what I want to remove from the assessment. So here we have a passage, and it'll give you a quick description of the passage if you hover over. So here's another day in paradise. I can see that there's an essay question. There are 2 multiple choice questions. Here is a EBSR question. So there's a part A and part B. And then they have to do some drag and drop. There's a chart. If I would like to keep this selection and all of these questions, then I don't have to do anything. If I want to delete, let's say I want them to read this passage, but I don't want them to have this essay, I'm going to go ahead and click on the little garbage can. It's going to ask me, are you sure you want to remove? And I'm going to select yes. Okay. If you need to preview this to have a better sense of what the students are going to see, you can tap here on the little eye and it'll give you a preview. So now here is the passage that they're going to read. Here's questions 1, and then you can just go through each one of them to see what students will have to do. Okay, to exit the preview, you're just going to tap on this X, and now you're back to customizing your assessment. Going to scroll down. Here's the second passage. This passage is called Stuck, and there is a drag and drop, multiple choice questions, and a EBSR question. So that's a part A and part B question. There is no writing for this passage. I can continue to scroll down. Here is another text. This one is called Powered Down. And as you can see, the different types of questions. As you can also delete questions, but you can also create a question if you had a question in mind that you wanted to ask, or maybe students struggled with a question that you asked while reading throughout the unit, you can word it similar to that based on this selection. So you can also create a question. Here is another passage. So as you can see, you get numerous passages. The expectation is not that you're going to give this assessment as is and have students work on each and every passage and each and every question. This is like a bank. So you have options to customize it to meet the needs of your students based on what you've seen throughout the unit. Once you have deleted and taken out, let's say I want to take out this passage. I'm going to remove this one as well. And this one. Okay, so let's say now I think I'm ready. I have 4 passages that they're going to do. And looking, 2 of my passages have an essay. So I'm going to remove this final essay here. I don't think it's necessary for my students. Now that my assessment is ready, I have the option to save the assessment. And then once it's saved, then I'll be able to go in and assign it to my students. So I'm going to go ahead and tap save. Now my assessment is ready. And then I will be able to now assign this if I want it. So here, use for a new test. I could go ahead and tap that. I can pick my targets. So if I had a 6th grade class, I would select my 6th grade class. I can do date ranges. If I think it's going to take more than 1 day, I can set it, let's say when we return for January 4th and 5th. I can rename the assessment if I wanted to, give specific instructions. And again, here we had originally chose that we wanted nothing to happen once the students completed the assessment and turned it in. And if I wanted to give a time limit, similar to how NJSLA is done, I can also do that and select to show a timer so students see a countdown. That's up to you. Once my fields are all completed, then I would just go down to the bottom and tap on create test. And that is how you would assign an end of unit assessment that you customize. I hope you find this video helpful. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to email me or feel free to complete the Google form so that I can come in to support you. Thank you.